Hey guys, how's it going?
Happy National Coming Out Day!
It is National Coming Out Day, and we thought we'd throw a little video together for you, short and sweet, of a few tips to coming out as far as we saw it. And we're not going to give you guys our stories, but just a few things that we thought kind of helped us along the way. So I think the first one is mainly for Carson.
Be safe about it.
Good job.
Yeah. So basically, wait till you're in a situation in life in general and physically, I guess, as well, to where you feel safe to come out. If you're living somewhere where you're afraid there might be physical or emotional violence, or if you are in a situation where you might get kicked out of the house and you don't have somewhere to stay, those can all be deterrents that I would say you might want to wait. I know that makes it really difficult, especially for younger people in high school. I know Nate had his bags packed when he came out because he was worried he was going to get kicked out of the house. So just be safe. There's no reason for you to be in any sort of danger, and I think that makes coming out more difficult and more stressful than potentially it could be if you're not in a position where you feel comfortable coming out. I don't know if that makes much sense.
It does. It does. You know if you're not in a good spot.
Yeah.
So our second point would be to do your research and have a plan. So for me, I kind of was in a very, well, we both were in like an extremely Christian situation, raised by Southern Baptists on my end, and I did my research. I studied for like 3 good years, like all the internet stuff on it. Like I read the Bible, I translated it to Greek in the passages that I thought were going against my belief set and versus what I felt, and I was really conflicted, and I needed to know where I stood before I came out to the world to fight my battles. You know, like I wanted to know what I truly believed and my faith versus how I felt. So I did a lot of research, and our next point would be to tell one person that you really think is definitely going to be okay with it, because it kind of starts with one person, and you can build your confidence as you tell people that are bigger in your life, I would say, or that you feel like will give you more conflict, because it's not necessarily the person you tell first is the person who's closest to you or means the most to you, but it's the person that is most likely to accept you and not really care and be okay with it and be supportive, because that really will give you the confidence to kind of take that next step and then the next one foot in front of the other. But that first step's always the hardest.
The first step's definitely the hardest, and so like you said, be sure it's someone who you think at least will be accepting and open to talking about it. Also, on top of that, the very first time you come out, you don't need to go into a ton of detail. You don't have to explain your whole life story to them. I would say just give them the basics, that you are coming out as gay, bi, trans, whichever, I guess, I don't know, form, however you're coming out. I know that the very first person I told, I gave them way too much details that they didn't necessarily need, and I kind of regret that. So you just need to keep it simple and let them ask you questions if they have them. My
first person was, I was having like a sleepover with like a bro friend, and we played Halo all night. And I waited till the wrong time, but we were definitely like, we were splitting a bed as like some high schoolers do. And I was just like, hey, I'm gay. And he was, I remember like he didn't move, and he didn't like move over or anything, but he just said like, that's cool. But you know, I waited till I was in bed with like a straight friend, and I was like, I just felt the need like get it off my chest. So not the best place, but you know, pick your spot. And our fourth point here, I wrote it, but Carson can read it.
Appreciate that some people need time to adjust to what you tell them. This is tough for them too sometimes. Yeah, this especially is true for parents. By no fault of their own, I mean, parents all have expectations for their children as to what their lives are going to look like. I know you've been through this a lot with your mom. You know, like, for example, for us, like, we were kids, or we were the kids, like, we were the sons who were supposed to grow up and have wives and have kids and, like, lead that whole family life, and, like, that's how your parents are picturing it for your entire life until you tell them otherwise. So it is like a shocking thing to tell them, especially if they don't suspect or have no clue, and that varies from household to household. But like, for example, my mom pretty much knew or strongly suspected, but you know, it is going to take them some time, and friends too. I mean, I know a lot of us have lied to a lot of people for a long time about liking girls, and so your friends think you like girls or think you like guys if you're lesbian or, you know, whatever the case may be. So you telling them all of a sudden that you've been lying to them for your entire length of your relationship and that you in fact don't like people of the opposite sex is a little bit jarring, if nothing else.
And they may be supportive but not even know how to say something. Or they may even know when they're waiting for you to tell them, so they don't act surprised when you tell them. They didn't want to force you out. Like, I know people now that aren't out, but everybody knows. And, you know, it's nobody's place to push you out. Wait till you're ready, and then accept them. Like, I was very angry when I came out, and I tried to hate everybody, but not everybody went against me. Like, some people were supportive, and that was jarring to me, because I didn't expect support. So I had to, you know, think back, like, oh, these people actually are, like, okay with me, and I don't know. There's support where you least expect it sometimes. But our last point is don't change who you are to fit into the gay world. When you come out, you know that deep down you're not changing who you are. You're just opening up the layers so that people see all of you versus what you chose to keep hidden earlier. But you don't have to come out waving rainbow flags, going to gay clubs. You're so much more than this, is what we're trying to say, I guess. So it's a part of you. It's an important part and one that shouldn't be put down, but it doesn't define you.
No.
You know, if you like football, like, keep playing football. Just because it's a masculine sport doesn't mean you can't play it. I don't know, this one over here.
Yeah, played football, but
benches 415 in the gym.
Please no. No, that's gonna have to get cut. Yeah, there's no need to change anything about your lifestyle just because you're now out, other than attempting to date people that you're actually attracted to. But yeah, I think there is a lot of pressure both from within and from without, like, to be a certain way now that you are out. I know that a part of the reason I didn't want to come out is because I didn't really consider myself similar to the people I saw portrayed in the media as homosexual. And so, like, if you don't feel like you can relate to those people, why would you want to be a part of the community? But the gay community is so much bigger and so much more diverse than TV or movies would have you believe. I mean, you don't have to love RuPaul's Drag Race. I do. Didn't realize I would when I came out, but I do. Like, you don't have to be into Broadway. Like, he doesn't usually like Broadway musicals.
I hate musicals.
Right.
But like, and there's gay sports leagues. There's you know, there's all sorts of things you can get involved in. If you're athletic,
if you're athletic, there's things to do. If you like arts and crafts, there's things to do. Like, if you're outdoorsy, there's tons of things to do. Like, there is a spot for you. Like, there is community for you when you do come out. And on top of that, that doesn't mean that once you come out, you can only hang out with other gay people. You can still maintain a lot of all your...
We have game night with straight friends.
Yeah, we have a weekly game night with our, you know, some of my old roommates. Like, I have plenty of straight friends. I mean, you're not limited to only hanging out with other gay people once you come out. So keep that in mind. Don't let it define you, because it's such a silly thing to be defined by.
I think the stereotype you see on TV is because a lot of people that are outside of that box don't come out because they're afraid of being categorized in there, when in fact that category would grow if all different walks of life would just come out.
Or that those people are out, but people don't realize that they're out because they don't have the visible stereotype.
So that's just some stuff that we had to say, and we have a few resources here. I know that I looked up a lot of stuff on the internet, but I knew what answers I wanted to find, I guess you could say. Like, I knew what I needed to look for in my own arguments. But we always tout this book, guys, The Velvet Rage by Alan Downs. Like, this really tells you what drives you in a good and bad way, as far as once you come out, like, why you're not happy. So if you're facing unhappiness in your life once you do come out, like, check out this book. It'll kind of tell you, like, why you're thinking and why it might be wrong. So I love this book. This one of you guys sent to me, God the Gay Christian. I made my way through it. It's really good if you struggle with your religion versus what you feel inside internally, and how to piece it together in a way that's cohesive for you and makes you not doubt your faith, but at the same time not doubt who you are. And there's another one called Does Jesus Really Love Me by Jeff Chu. I don't have it here to show you guys, but I bought it, and it was just another one that balances religion with how it interviews like 14 gay people and how they live their life and how they identify as Christian as well. So
that's pretty much it. Oh, and before we go, we want to give a quick shout out to these guys.
Hammery is the name. They're not sponsoring us, but they gave us some free stuff. And if you do want to show your pride,
if you do want to rep, they have all sorts of cool little gay knickknacks and jewelry. I don't know if you can tell, it's obvious, but it's a rainbow made of different colored stones, which I thought was pretty cool.
And I got a bro necklace.
But they have all sorts of stuff. It's very, like, reasonably priced, and I think all the profits go towards helping.
Oh yeah, they give
Gay
a
organizations.
good amount of their profits to LGBT support, which is obviously a really good thing.
Yep.
We don't wear jewelry often, but once in a while.
You don't wear jewelry often.
Listen,
He wears this almost every day. I had to take this off of him for this video.
You did actually take it off.
I did.
But
But
we
yeah.
love you guys, and happy National Coming Out Day.
And to all-
find your giant osito.
Oh my
like
goodness. Yes.
This is very cute. And if you want, you can find a little Knox box.
Oh my god, she hates it.
She's part of this big gay family too.
And soon we will have Winston.
Oh yes. Let's say hi to people. She's not having. Oh, I'm sorry, Lex. Okay, bye.
Yeah, we'll be posting another video this weekend. We're going to a wedding and we're going to meet Winston.
Yes, we're gonna meet Winston this weekend, guys. We'll take you along with us, and we are
Yes.
super excited about it.
Yes, yes.
And then it's Zach and Evan weekend.
Yes, next week.
So
Can't wait.
we love you guys. Sorry it's a boring video, but hopefully
It needed to be said.
you need some of this stuff in your life.
Yes, yes.
So talk to you later.
Bye.
Harry Potter, please bring on Harry Potter.
Let's just.